Welcome to the All Star Planning Podcast. My name is Kelsey, and this is the place where I talk all things teacher lesson plans. Today, I am talking about your physical plan book, like your book. I didn't realize how personal these plan books were for a long time. Everybody has different opinions about what should be in a plan book, and it took me a while to figure it out. I got one on Teachers Pay Teachers. It worked. I printed it out. I put it in a binder. I liked the idea of a binder because I could add and remove pages as needed. I could add my school calendar and any documents that I got from my administration that I really liked because I just kind of wanted all of my stuff in one place. Then I moved on to the circle binder things, like the Happy Planner with the discs. I really liked that. I liked, again, that I could add and remove pages, but this time I liked that I could fold the book back, you know what I mean, like fold the cover back, so that it was almost like writing on one big pad of paper. I liked that. But then I realized that I don't use the plan book all that much. There's so many pages in there that I simply don't use. So I don't use the parent contact section because the school that I'm in now, we record those things digitally. I don't use the attendance because, again, that's recorded digitally. I do not use the birthday page because most years I am teaching over 100 students, so the birthdays get to be a little bit crazy. I know that's a bigger deal in like second grade, especially when you only have 20 to 30 students. In high school, the birthdays are much tougher to keep up with. I never use the seating chart page because I would teach 5 sections and then I'd need to change them every 4 to 6 weeks. So I would need 50 seating chart pages, which just simply was not going to happen. Everybody needs different things in their plan book. I'm a simple girl. I like to keep things simple. So for me, what I use now is actually, I'm showing it if you're listening to this. It is called the Erin Condren Weekly Schedule Pad. And it's a half-page planner. I'm just going to show you a blank page. It's a 52-week planner. It's not even a school planner. And it just has the week on it, Monday through Sunday. It is undated, and I just write in there exactly what I'm doing. And I use my coding system to do it. So, for instance, I can tell you that on September 3rd, it was a Thursday, and I did lesson 2.4, which was atomic structure, and that was it. And then I had a kid hijack my book and wrote, "Miss Reefy is the golden teacher." That's so sweet. In my plan book, I will write down who was absent that day and some other bigger things, like things that my school or district is looking for, and then I just highlight them. Different people like to do all kinds of different things with their plan books. Something else that I have done before is I have used a desktop calendar that I literally just left on my desk, and I would just write the lesson code on the calendar, and that would be it, because I have all of my lesson plans digitally. I would share the folder with my administration in Google and just say, this is what I'm doing this week, and that would be it. I know that there are some people who like write their plans in the plan book, like they'll write the learning target, they write what they're going to do, what the kids are going to do, how they're going to assess it, but that doesn't fit with my template. One, it doesn't work for my brain. I'm always afraid of having to cross things out of the book because as simple as I like things to be, I'm also type A and cannot stand the idea of things being crossed out or whited out. Once it's on paper, for me, it's real. Digital is mobile, movable, changeable. Stuff in print is simply not. So I like to keep it super simple, and this is it. I know there are some people who just print out their lesson plans and they don't even use a plan book. I don't understand those people, but you know, different people like different things. So there's so many options. There is the, you get the printables, right? And then you can customize them however you like. You can get things that are pre-made. I know there's a bunch of brands that do them now. I've loved the Happy Planner one. It was probably my favorite out of the ones that you can just simply buy. Then there's a bunch of Etsy shops that make them customized. I paid for one of those one time, and honestly, it was the biggest regret ever. It was so expensive, and I hardly ever used it. So having just an undated planner for me works, because if I don't use it, it's fine, because I'll just pick up where I left off. For instance, I stopped writing in this planner March 3rd. Yep, I stopped writing this March 3rd. So I missed an entire week. That cannot be right. That's not March 3rd, that's April 3rd. So I stopped writing in this plan book April 3rd, so I probably have about half of it left. So I will probably use this next year and rip out the old pages that are from this current year, because I don't need them. And that'll be it. The only thing that I can tell you is that your plan book absolutely should not overwhelm you. If your plan book is overwhelming you, it is a bad plan book. It's not something that you need. Especially now, most things are going to be digital. I'm sure that there are a bunch of schools that have a digital calendar that everybody is editing, adding field trips to, etc., etc. If you're following the All Star Planning Method, then you have a Google Calendar made in slides that you edit on your own. Maybe that's all you need. Everybody likes different things, and that's just what it comes down to. Even with my physical planner, I still very heavily rely on the Google Slides calendar planner, and that for me just helps me to see the bigger picture, because this particular plan book I use just does a week by week thing. This is the tiny little book that I carry around when I'm making copies, and when I'm talking to administration about what's coming up this week, or if I had a pop-in observation, I'll talk to them about what I had done earlier that week. And it's just a quick thing for me to reference just when I'm looking for what I did yesterday and what's coming next. The big plans, I'm always sitting at a computer planning them anyway, so the Google Slides definitely works for me. So I just want to say that I have done them all. I have done the customized, I've done the pre-printed, I have done solely digital, I've done it on a calendar. I feel like there is no proper way to put it down on paper, if you ask me. It changes all the time. But I think that may just be me that's changing all the time. So that's what I have for you. My real suggestion is find a planner that doesn't overwhelm you, something that you feel like you could commit to, but definitely do the Google Slides calendar, because it will show you quite a bit without having to physically carry anything around. If you haven't already, please sign up for the free All Star Planning Masterclass, where I show you how the 5 pieces of the All Star Planning Method fit together. You can find that at plan.kelseyreevy.com. You can find links to it all over my website. I've linked it in the show notes. If you're watching this on YouTube, I have linked it in the video description. And subscribe to the podcast, because you don't want to miss anything. New episodes come out every Tuesday, and I will talk to you then. Have a good one. Happy planning.